Have you ever wondered what would happen if the world was invaded by aliens? Those aliens took over the world in a matter of days or weeks, and the only people that were able to mount any sort of resistance were a band of babbling baboons who, up until the very day the aliens invaded Earth, played video games for a living. Yeah, neither have I. Then I picked up Xcom 2 again, and I had to find out one thing. If the world depended on Jeff, Jack, Ryan, Michael, Gavin, and Jeremy, and Alfredo, could the human race possibly be saved, or would we be doomed to eternal servitude under the rule of the Elders? Just for good measure, and because I suck at XCOM, I've also thrown in Trevor, Lindsay, Matt, and Ray, because at some point, I'm just going to run out of bodies to throw at the aliens. I also did the math, and since this game technically takes place in 2035, the youngest any of these people would be is 44, not that it actually matters. Since I usually save scum my way through the XCOM games, I've set a couple of rules for myself on this playthrough. Most importantly, Iron Man mode, obviously. Secondly, once all the people from Achievement Hunter have died, that's it. It's game over, man. So without further ado, here's roughly how the first hour of gameplay went. Operation Gatecrasher randomly gave me Jeff, 2 red shirts, and some Reaper lady. I'd get rid of the random Reaper, but she's kind of awesome. Well, she's no Alfredo, but she's badass nonetheless. Jeff got the party spotted accidentally, but then made up for it by being uncharacteristically amazing, especially for a recruit. Since he had the high ground, the fight between Jeff and 3 bad chumps was over before it began. That just left an officer and a couple chumps to be handled by a Reaper and 2 red shirts, which they handled in the usual way by blowing everything up. Next, we finally got the gang back together. Apparently, everyone in Achievement Hunter was having a blast down in South Africa when the aliens invaded, or maybe they're just there now at the request of Alfredo and the Reapers. Anyway, after spending way too much money recruiting most of the Achievement Hunter crew into the XCOM resistance, we had to protect a data tap that was slowly working on figuring out where the hell Ryan went. I took Jeff, Michael, Jeremy, and the Reaper chick from before, and I must say, they handled the mission with flying colors. And grenades. After that, it was smooth sailing as we got the crew up to speed and tried to recover from spending all of our money on bringing only most of the AH crew into the fold. We spent most of our time kicking ass and taking names up until the first terror mission, when the first Chosen showed up. Knowing that a Chosen was on the battlefield, I had to take the Reaper chick from before, since I was able to guess correctly that whichever one showed up would be weak to Reapers. I sent her to scout ahead and ignore everything in lieu of keeping eyes on the Chosen, and to my surprise, it worked. We were able to kill the assassin before she really got a hit on us, well, except for the harbor wave, but it didn't do much. So as long as we can ignore the trail of dead civilians and the fact that everything else will probably be blown up by the time we're done, we might actually stand a chance. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Achievement Hunter might actually be able to save the world.